wáyé ọjọ́, ìbà tíyọ oòrùn, ìbà lílọ bíbọ̀ mi nílé ayé. Elédùmarè mo máa júbà rẹ o. Ìbà abiyamọ agbọ̀já gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ tí fi ń pọnmọ tí kò gbọdọ̀ jábọ́. Kábíyèsí ò ṣe é. Ǹjẹ́ a ti ṣèbà fọ́ba tó dá ẹranko inú igbó, ẹ̀fọ̀n inú ọ̀dàn, ojú wa ṣe kó rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn, kí ilé ayé wa ó tòrò bí omi àfòwúrọ̀ pọ́n. Ká má ràgó, ká má ràná, ká má sọ ògùn kẹ́yìn ẹran, ká má wọ àkísà kẹ́yìn aṣọ o, ká má tẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó fẹ́ràn wa. Ju gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ, ká má ṣàpá gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ sí olùrànlọ́wọ́ tó yàn fún wa látọ̀run wá. Àṣẹ. Ìbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, ìbà tíyọ oòrùn, ìbà lílọ bíbọ̀ mi nílé ayé. Elédùmarè mo máa júbà rẹ o. Ìbà abiyamọ agbọ̀já gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀ tí fi ń pọnmọ tí kò gbọdọ̀ jábọ́. Kábíyèsí ò ṣe é. Ǹjẹ́ a ti ṣèbà fọ́ba tó dá ẹranko inú igbó, ẹ̀fọ̀n inú ọ̀dàn, ojú wa ṣe kó rọ̀ wá lọ́rùn, kí ilé ayé wa ó tòrò bí omi àfòwúrọ̀ pọ́n. Ká má ràgó, ká má ràná, ká má sọ ògùn kẹ́yìn ẹran, ká má wọ àkísà kẹ́yìn aṣọ o, ká má tẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó fẹ́ràn wa. Ju gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ, ká má ṣàpá gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀ sí olùrànlọ́wọ́ tó yàn fún wa látọ̀run wá. Àṣẹ.
Àbọ̀rúbọyè o, àbọ̀yè bọ́ ṣíṣẹ́, ògbó àtọ́, àsúre èwòrìwò fún nílé lóko lọ́nà lẹ́yìn odi. Hi everyone, and how are you doing today? How's life treating you? How's your family? How's your finance? And how's your spirituality too? You can go ahead and share this with your friends and family. And we have a lot to talk about today. We basically are going to be answering questions today's program. And it's going to be as interactive as possible. And we are going to learn from each other. Àti ṣe ìbà tí wáyé ọjọ́, ìbà tí wọ oòrùn, ìbà àwọn ìyá ọ̀pàkẹ́ àlàkẹ́, ìbà àwọn ìṣíwájú, ìbà àwọn tí ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn, ìbà ọkùnrin àti obìnrin, ìbà wa ọ̀ṣẹ́. Veneration to our ancestors. We thank them for their effort, and we appreciate them for all that they have relinquished to us to shine on and to be a better star in the sky, this cosmos, vast space called the universe. May we run faster than them. May we run farther than them. And may we run better than them. Life goes on. Life goes on. Okay, so today we are talking to ourselves. We are asking questions in today's program. I've had a series of people mail me and they complain. They say, okay, you don't really answer my questions when you finish your broadcast, you're always skipping it. I don't always skip questions. I only answer the ones I can see per time, to the best of my own understanding and also best of my knowledge. And then only hoping that you will be able to come up next time and we'll be able to see you. But then today is your day. Today is the day when you can ask your questions and then we can answer each other effectively. You have the platform today. And if you would go to, if you are joining us from YouTube, from YouTube, you'll be able to join the live stream if you want to. You'll be able to join the live stream if you want to by clicking on the button, on that button. The stream is there. The stream link is there. You want to be part of the broadcast, or you want to put your question here. While waiting for people to come up with their questions, I will be answering few that I was able to pick out from my email here. Not in the order of their importance, but in the order of how I see them. First question. Everyone is under anonymous. So this question is coming from a Caucasian. But let me read the one that is live here. Duya 1980 is saying, Baba Yoba, what do you think about our superpowers that the spiritual community is talking about? Spiritual community. Who are the spiritual community? Where is the spiritual community? If we have to start with that, where can we locate the spiritual community? Because we live in the spiritual planet already. It does not matter today if you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, whatever it is that you practice. You may not know what you carry, but it does not really deny the fact that you carry it. Because this person is referring to spiritual community on YouTube. Yeah, we know there's a lot of people on YouTube. There's a lot of people on YouTube, the African American. To the African American, majorly, this is something spectacular to them. What we gather here to say, is particular to them. And we are not even going to deny the fact that your identity starts from your spirituality. Your identity as a person starts from your spirituality. However, you must also be very careful so you don't assume what is not yours. People are coming to term with the need for them to trace back their root, where they came from. Spirituality must then be guarded so it does not become one of those political weapons. For a spirituality that is polluted by politics has become a religion. And religion is not going to take you and I anywhere further. It is fine that people are waking up to say, my spirituality, my this and that. It is fine that some are coming to reality and saying, black this, black that, black this. But you need to also be careful so that the age of awakening don't wake you up into another turmoil, another death. There are those who are willing to weaponize. There are those who are willing to weaponize what you are waking up into. And I see a lot. Now, there are those who are of the opinion that, okay, you are not a true Babalawo or true African spirituality or a true diviner just because you are referring to books. You are reading your divination from a book and all that. I am not of that opinion. If it was okay for the Christians to go to their Bible and all that, if you have not gotten to the point where you master it here, you can refer to books. But then, is spirituality a test of memory? Spirituality that you see, is it a test of memory? Is it about a test of recitation skill? And people think that if they don't learn Ifa or get initiated into Ifa or be going into that, that they can't practice African spirituality. It is a lie. I'm saying this as a man who is here for something else. I'm not here to massage your ego. My purpose to black people is not so that they can keep stinking in their ignorance. A lot of people think they can't have access to African spirituality simply because they have not been initiated into Ifa and all that. I'm going to tell you today categorically that Ifa divination system could be a major, but not the only divination system or divination tool we have. It is even, we have a divination system. Ifa is one of the tools of divining. Are you with me? Can you get my point? I keep saying over and over again that there are some of you here who will never have a teacher before learning. I keep saying to many of you here that there are some of you who will wake up to the reality of your own supernatural possessions. And without anyone's mentorship, without anyone's guidance, without anyone's initiation, without anyone's approval, which is not even something that is supposed to be, you would go out there and you would do great exploits, even beyond the level of those you think you should bow to. Because there is something fundamentally wrong with an African child. He thinks that he needs covering, an umbrella, someone to shadow him, a godfatherism kind of mentality. Are you with me? So many of you know more than I do. It may be because of intimidation, which you allowed yourself, by the way, to accept, because I'm not allowed to intimidate anybody. It may be because of the social construct. It may even be because somebody has told you that, bó ti rí nígbà ayé Noah, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ń bẹ nísinsìnyí, ayé àìnípẹ̀kun, àmín. In the day of Noah, so it is now. So, so many of you are way powerful, more powerful than who you are bowing to. And I don't deny the fact. If people come to me, I see it as a privilege. And when I make your divination, I tell you life. There was one young guy, running out Tasketa now, trying to destroy what we are building here, who mentioned something on one of these their meeting and say, okay, he did my divination. He even told me that I'm going to do things that he cannot do. So somebody came to me and say, is it true that you did divination for social person and said this and that? I said, yes, I did say so. That, is it true that he can do what you cannot do? I said, yes. And the person was asking, what can he do that you cannot do? I said, I cannot run mad. He can run mad. I said, I cannot be a thug. He can be a thug. And the person started laughing, said, sometimes we can look at future and our share of we will give you half of it and see how you will react so that we can tell you the truth. But that doesn't mean there are so many people I have met people in life through divination, and I can see that, okay, your journey is like my journey, but you will take it further only if you are serious. A lot of people you called your mentor, your babalawo, and all that, your teacher, they don't give you the chance to reign while they are alive. Eléyìí la ti ń kẹ́ṣọ̀rọ̀ dé. It is because I was trained or taught by a teacher who allowed me to shine when he was alive that I have enough self-esteem to allow everyone that can shine brighter than I am to shine, even though I love to share the spotlight. The limelight is not even owned by my father. It is something the universe gives to all of us. I don't have the power to withhold your own shine. And the more people on the stage, the more the audience. But the concept of godfatherism has brought us down to a level where some people feel if they don't extort you, if they don't give you approval, you cannot be what you have to be. I was telling someone the other time, I said, do you know that identifying with Oshun does not mean you should go and get initiated with Oshun people? This is going to break the table. This is going to mess things up. Now we are trying to learn. I said, the fact that you identify with the energy of Oshun does not mean that until you get initiated into the order of those Oshun people, you cannot manifest your spiritual gifting. She didn't get it at first. I think she's running around and giving herself chance to manifest now. So I always tell people, there is something called gifting. Everyone have it. And wheresoever one or two Orisha stands, that is spiritual community enough. The beautiful thing is that all of you listening to me right now, you are Orisha on your own. This is a community of Orisha people. Now, the moment we now politicize this and now pollute it with so many, it is no longer spiritual community, it is a political movement. Are you with me? It will no longer be spiritual community, but a political movement. Unfortunately, what you see from most African American or those who are struggling to come back home is not spirituality. It is their yearning for freedom. It is their yearning for liberty. It is their yearning to be recognized. It is their way of emancipating themselves from the systemic slavery, systematic discrimination, systematic racism, and all of those things. Now, they have tried Black Panther. They have tried a lot. It didn't work. And it seems like the era of awakening. And a lot of people are taking advantage. A lot of them are taking advantage of the awakening happening right now to say spiritualist. I'm African. So you see a lot of all over the internet, social media, groups here, groups here, groups here, groups here, groups here. You cannot, I say again, we have not started the freedom walk yet until we can have our own conversation in our own closed community without someone eavesdropping, somewhere. You see, we have a long way to go as people. Unfortunately, we are playing into the hands of the invaders again. This is YouTube. A white man owns YouTube. Facebook, white man owns it. Instagram, white man owns it. Where do we share all our knowledge? So, what do we know that they don't know already? You may think, okay, I'm having a voice and all that. It's easy to get you out of the way for them as long as you use their platform. And while you think, okay, spiritual awakening and all that, a lot of them are also trooping into what you think is going to set you free so that they can get your weakness and use it against you. Do we all have superpower? Yes, we do. I was sharing with someone the other time. I said, when I made divination of Ifa, aside from the fact that there is a methodic way of interpreting it or translating it, when I make divination, it comes alive to me as an image, as an event. So sometimes, even without saying "Iwaju Okmo, Ẹ̀yìn Okmo," when I see you, I may not see you. 98% of people I've made divination for have not seen them face to face before. I've not met them in person before. And I intentionally do not even try to maintain contact with them before giving them, because we are a network of energies. All mankind, we are all a network of energies. I can experience you while in Nigeria and never meet you till the day I die. But that doesn't mean my experience with you is not valid. For we do not connect by physical means, touch, we connect by vibration. And if my heart comes towards you and I assume my state of spirituality long enough, knowing everything about you should not be a reason why I should start a church. Being able to know your next step or what you have done before. African people, can you listen to me now? This is my own area. This is where I serve you, to tell you and to teach you and to break down everything called spiritual stronghold. My ability to know what you have done, what you are going through, what you will go through is not a passport for me to open a church or a mosque. For even those who do not know Jesus or Allah, they possess this gift. Now, listen to my teachings. Hear what I say. Look at the trend. I am saying only one thing in different ways. I am not saying a new thing. I am calling you gods by provoking you to your spirituality. And in the state of your spirituality, everything is plain. The problem is you are looking for light, but your vision is clearer in darkness. Are you with me? The problem is you are looking for light, but your vision is clearer in darkness. Where is your superpower? Where is your spirituality? Where would you find your gifting? Where would you become solely God? Inward you. Inside, there is no light. Within, there are darkness. Ability to master this darkness within make you see in plain sight. What you are looking for is light. What you should be studying is darkness. From darkness we came and cry. They say we are alive. We didn't cry on the day of our birth because we are angry. We cry because we are not a product of light. We are not a product of light. Do you cry in your mother's womb? You don't. You move around. You're okay and all. For in darkness you were conceived. If you lay your hands on what the Kemet people said, they did not say that in sin you were conceived. They did not say that in sin you were born. They did not say in sin you will die. So you do not need salvation. They said in darkness you were conceived, and in darkness there lies your power. From darkness you come, to darkness you go. You can see clearly in the dark. Someone was asking, do we have a method of meditation like what yoga gave to us and all that? We'll get there. I'm going to teach you all I know before I die. And I would like you to take it up from there and then move on. Do you know that in the midst of illumination, you can experience darkness? Because even the Illuminati don't operate in light. What is illumination? What do you think is called Illuminati? Illuminati means those who have seen the light, or those who have knowledge of, who can see. But do you think the Illuminati, these illumination folks, do you think they meet in public? Illumination is not gotten from brightness, from daylight, from public place, from noise, from crowded place. Illumination is gotten from silence, quietness, and darkness. For as many that have decided to turn towards their darkness and embrace it, the superpower within that darkness is given. Darkness is like the earth. Every seed that survived the dark of the earth bring fruit. They bring out fruit. What you call superpower to a tree is fruit. But a tree will never get nutrition from but the darkness. You can say photosynthesis help it to grow, but the earth help to nourish it. As a matter of fact, if there's no platform for a seed to grow, photosynthesis will be useless. Everything beautiful, everything awesome. All those superpowers you are looking for, they start with you mastering darkness first. I teach you what you will not learn in Ifa. So when I see your children possessing the superpower, I don't winch on them. I don't call them witches. I don't even try to maximize them. I bring them close. And many of you would know that You once experienced this superpower. It is your gravitation towards light that dull your illumination. So if someone carry microphone and start saying, it is not the name of Jesus that gives supernatural power. It is not the worship of Allah that gives supernatural power. It is the knowledge of self as God that begin to activate. It doesn't even give. There is no giving of supernatural power. There is an activation. It is a follow come. It is a follow come. I'm taking you on a journey where it's going to be easy for you to know what will happen next. And so nothing will catch you by surprise in life. I've had dealings with few people in my sojourn here, and you can ask all of them. It may not be a pleasant outcome, but they can't deny that I told them that this is going to happen. I am not operating in that realm because I am special than you. I am operating in that realm because I embraced my darkness. Darkness is your friend. Children you call autistic, you call them that because they don't gravitate what tickles your fancy. They are inward being. They are inward men. But you lack the frequency or the ability to vibrate in their frequency. So you say they are sick. They are not sick. You are sick. Lack of understanding does not invalidate experience. They may not have the right word to vibrate in your frequency. You are not willing to condescend to their level. The disparity between light and darkness is what you term as sickness. They are not sick. They are not sick. So we must be careful not to religionize or politicize or now begin to jamborize spirituality. Having spiritual power, possessing spiritual gifting is not a thing that we should celebrate. Let me use the word celebrate. It does not require you to say, okay, I have this. It is a shame that you are even stumbling on your spiritual powers as an adult, because what you would have used it or invested it in as a younger person, you have lost on that. You are not focused on what you have lost. You are focused on what you are discovering. So a lot of you, because you can dream, just ordinary dream, you will call yourself Yeye Oluwo Iya Lóríṣà. Yeye ọmọ tí ń gbọmọ, ìrùnkẹ̀lẹ̀ tí ń gbọmọ Ọ̀rúnmìlà. Àwíṣẹ ń fá o, àfọ̀ṣẹ Ọ̀rúnmìlà. Dr. Messiah, Evangelist, King, Reverend, Bishop, General Apostle, Superintendent Apostle, Super Geo, General Overseer of the O. Kilode. Kilokosi. What is that? Building temple everywhere, all of you trying to. Instead of waking each other up. Instead of waking each other up. To tell each other that, come, what I stumbled on is in you too. The more the merrier. Instead of opening a business on the fact that you can't. Our world should be a world of miracles. If all of us wake up to our gifting. Victoria B is saying, Baba, why are women viewed as unholy during their period and they can't practice some ritual? Why women are viewed as unholy and they can't practice some ritual during their period? Let us learn today the reason why the world is scared of women. Women folk, except that most of them do not know the value of themselves. Women folk are the nearest in attribute to the universe and nature. And they possess so much power within that every single pain they encounter is a life wire event. A woman's menstrual cycle is an indication of life. At the point a woman is having a menstrual cycle, the universe has given her another chance, another authority, let me say authority, to bring forth life. Bí ìgbà tádìẹ fẹ́ yé ọmọ ni, yóò kọ́ máa kùn káàkiri. At the time the universe relinquished the power to give life to a woman, she can give life to both good and evil. Are you with me? She can give life to both good and evil. The energy and the frequency with which or at which she's vibrating at that moment have a significant impact on everything around her. And so bad people do not want women around them at the time of their peak period of life-giving force. A lot of them. So Yahweh doesn't like women naturally. Yahweh don't like women naturally. Not to mention a woman that is menstruating. I'm sure you know that. Allah doesn't like women naturally, even till today. Especially when they are having the power equal to the power of creation. Who told you not to worship other gods except him? It is Yahweh. Ashihaktu Allah ilah illallah. Say there is no other God except Allah. Now, these are jealous creations. And at the point a woman is having a menstrual cycle, she's at equal state as the universe. She has an equal energy of creativity. A lot of traditionalists also don't like women coming there when they are having a menstrual cycle. But if you take a look very well, you realize that when they say women should not come near, they are saying that these women will destroy their charms. What kind of charm give life and life cannot exist with? Can I say that again in another way? What kind of charm is intended to give life and a life-giving force cannot coexist with? When a person tells you that if you are menstruating, you can't come into my shrine, you can't do this thing, they are evil people. Those are the people you should call out, not me. If it is a life-giving, positive giving, positive vibration energy or charm that a person have, a woman who is at the prime or having the equal power as the universe to create life should not be a threat to another positive invention. There are people here. Has there ever been any right I gave to you and I told you that during your menstrual cycle you can't perform it? Has there ever been? Not one woman have I told in my life, in my entire practice of the understanding of universe, that when you are having your menstrual cycle, you can't do this or that. I have never. The men around here, I have told you several times that especially when she is going through the menstrual cycle, she is powerful. You pamper her, you pleasure her, you try as much as you can to get a word of blessing from her. She has the ability to bless you without losing 12 times in a year. So I guess the men are lucky. The men who have sense, they are lucky. I know how embarrassing culture has made the menstrual cycle look. I know how embarrassing it is for women to discuss about their menstrual cycle with men, but that doesn't mean it is not relevant. And the potential behind it, some of us we know. There are some things that are targeted towards another person that will look for a woman on a menstrual cycle to release her urine on those things so that to neutralize the charm. To neutralize the charm. A woman with, see, there are women that you can't play with. A woman, to deal this as in a woman that is currently pregnant, a woman that is menstruating, those two, you can't mess with. They are as good as bad. They are as good as bad. I'm telling you about the 100% evil, 100% good, 100% happy, 100% sad. Duality is prime. 100 year, 100 year. So whatever it is you want to approach them with during that period, you better mind the way you affect their emotion. Àwòtọ́ ọba ṣe tí a máa pé bọ́ ọba ń ṣe nǹkan oṣù ọ̀ lè ṣòun fáwo náà lẹ̀ o, yóò padà pa ọ́. Ẹgbẹ́ tó ọba wọ̀ tí ò lè báyàwó rẹ ṣeré nígbà tí ń ṣe nǹkan oṣù firú ẹgbẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ̀ o. Firú ẹgbẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ̀ o. I have told you several times. The real African spirituality is negating the effect of evil in human society. Not that there is no evil, but you must learn from negative aspects and bring about positivity. So somebody is thinking, okay, those rituals that you guys do during your menstrual period, menstrual cycle, does it work? In fact, it works the most. It works the most. It works the most. One of my herbalists was talking to me about a certain woman who ovulates during a menstrual cycle, and she's been looking for baby for a long time. Naturally, in their own natural system, the husband will allow her to finish menstruating before kotomaro dasibe, and then hoping that ovulation will come. Until they realize that it is during menstrual cycle that the woman ovulates. Assuming the man is filled with so many charm and all that, we told have sex with your wife during a menstrual cycle and do whatever. And after a year, they had their children. They have their children. Now, a lot of people have taken my teaching to say I'm a woman rapper. I'm always with women. I'm always supporting women and all that. Let me say categorically here that yes, I'm a woman rapper in a positive light. I like women. Everything that will make a woman better, you will see me there first. Anything that will put smile on a woman's face, you will see me there first. Anything that will make a woman sad, no, I will talk against it. So a ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni, a sì mẹ́yẹ bọ̀ lápò, until all African women come to their place of power. Let me read this question. You can bring your question. Oh. Now, this question here from this mail is saying that I'm reading from my phone, saying that Aboruboye Baba Yooba said, I recently got my initiation done with a popular Baba in Oshun. For the benefit of those who don't know, Oshun is a state in Nigeria. Oshun is a state in Nigeria. The mail continued, said, I'm a Caucasian and I understand your reservation on why you do not initiate Caucasians like me. Thank you for understanding. My question is, on the average, how much does it take to be initiated into your conclave? Into your conclave. I ask because I paid 1.7 million naira for my total initiation with a promise that I will be able to set up my own temple immediately and get customer referrals too. Okay. I asked because I paid 1.7 million naira for my total initiation with a promise that I will be able to set up my own temple immediately and get customer referrals too. I was surprised after my initiation to learn that my role is to be an agent of this Oluwo, the person, and I am to keep getting him as many people as possible to be initiated. Okay, sorry, Caucasian. Wọ́n ti gbá ẹ o. Wọ́n ti gbá ẹ o. Wọ́n ti gbá ẹ o. So this person saying I'm a Caucasian, asking how much on the average does it cost to be initiated to my conclave? Okay, so what happened is that all the while I have been using the conclave of my teacher, of my Oluwo. I gave him that respect while he was alive. I ensure that whatever is due to me when it comes to initiation, goes to him. I have enough to eat and drink. I have enough to wear. And my own part in Ifa is what I'm doing, to scatter the table and to go around the world. That's my own part. So when it comes to initiation and all that, I always have him supervise it. Not that I can't, but this morning he transitioned. He transitioned and then, what they call died. Yeah, my Oluwo transitioned this morning. Maybe you have noticed it in my countenance. Very wonderful man. And I knew him since I was age 4. Age 4. I knew him since I was age 4. Uh, Now that he's gone, I can connect the notes together on several encounters I had with him. So I guess I had to be a man now. Life goes on. But in all my years working, we have never charged any human being up to 300,000 naira before. Up to 300,000 naira before. Because we have a system. On the other side, you may have the way you do things. We have a system. Here, on our side, if you have been called into this way of life, your patience will be tested, and you will have to learn wisdom through experience. It is in the process of testing your patience and learning wisdom that you get into your darkness and revive, activate your own gifting. Those things you call superpower. So the first thing is you do your Ishefa. That's like getting matriculated. Then you start learning. When you start learning, when you learn. With your Ishefa, you can start making divination. Then when you have been certified, maybe to some extent, maybe after like 5 to 7 years, you will now be initiated. After initiation, that's not all. You will continue your learning. You will continue your learning. As far as that Ifa is concerned, there are hierarchies. There is no hierarchy in your spiritual gifting. There are things that when my Oluwo was around, he would call me and say, get this done. You are the one with that gifting, not me. I have young boys under me. There are things that I know, okay, this one is gifted in that area. Hello, get this and this done. You are the one the universe has put in charge of that. There is no hierarchy in spiritual gifting, but in the knowledge of Ifa itself, there are hierarchy, and we respect each other. So you will never finish learning. Ifa is like an extensive research, advanced study, advanced study, advanced study. And money cannot buy it. The reason why we even collect that few money from you is because of the items needed, necessary items. And certainly people will come to rejoice with you that you have chosen this path of loneliness. This path of loneliness. Sometimes you go broke and they don't born you well to use the fact that you are broke to extort another person. And sometimes you are so busy working for other people that you cannot tend your own business, and your own business actually suffer because the universe has called you as a servant to many. Yet you must not extort them. So it is not the money for induction that we collect, it is the items. People who are coming to rejoice with you that you have carried chorus. We will entertain them. Are we not going to? We buy this, we buy that, we buy this, we cook for people, they rejoice with you. It may look like it's a good thing, but you have a long, rough road too. I have long, rough road too. Rough road. TMCC, are you there? You can unmute your microphone if you want to be part of the broadcast. If you have a question, a live question.
Hi, yes, I'm here. Aboya Baba, how are you today?
I'm very fine.
Very fine. Very fine.
Sorry for your loss. So I just had a question. Some things with some bad
Hold on.
babalao.
Hold on. I think whatever it is you are listening to me with, you have to reduce the volume totally. Have you done that?
Sorry, can you say that again? I didn't hear it all.
Are you listening to me from a TV or something?
On my phone.
Okay, and you are using the same phone to get it. Go ahead, it's echoing. That's why I want us to get it. Are you there now?
I'm here.
Okay. If you have earphone, do you have earphone?
Yes.
Can you use that?
Yes. Hello?
Hello, I think it's perfect now. So for people who are going to be calling in, just use your earphone so that it doesn't affect the sound. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I had a question. Had some dealings with those who did some things. Me, I received my one hand of from about Allah. He told me that I was go, but the whole time I felt very battling with him. I felt like he was doing things to me, and it was hard for me to away from it. But one day, I feel like I snapped out, and it all came together what was going on. But now this feeling on the top of my head, like pressure, sometimes. And gifts. I have some gifts that are blocked right now.
All right. So unfortunately, I can't hear you clearly because the stuff keep echoing. I don't know what is wrong.
Oh,
They shouldn't do that.
okay.
And do you say you have your earphone on?
Yes.
Oh no, this is bad. It's supposed to not do that if you have your earphone on. Okay, I think you close your YouTube. Can you close your YouTube? Close the YouTube channel that you are watching me from, and stay on this app. Have you done that?
I don't think me do that without closing the app too, because let me see something.
Close down your YouTube. Are you listening to me from YouTube or where? You are listening from YouTube, right?
No, I'm on the streaming app. Okay, I closed the YouTube.
Okay. All right. Oh, it's still the same thing. All right. So I didn't get your question clearly. Okay. Can you say something now?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear
Your
me?
volume is low.
Okay, hold on. Now?
Hello?
Here.
Your volume is gone. It's low. I can't get you.
How about? Hello?
All right. So I couldn't get that person's right. It's still the same. Your volume went low. I think you should leave and rejoin. Leave and rejoin using the link. That will be better. All right. So the person who wrote that mail to me, you have been scammed. It should not be up to that. And then you were talking about setting up your temple right away. I don't know. How does that work? How does setting up a temple, just because you did initiation, then you have right to open temple? Because you did initiation does not mean you have right to open temple. And then you said they later want to be Ngogo. They later said that your own role is to be an agent, to be bringing people, as many people as possible for initiation. This is not this is not an insurance product. It is not an insurance product. Not an insurance product at all. This everything about this thing is wrong. But it is wrong. We know a lot of people, we know a lot of these Baba who are poverty-stricken folks who say miss money, and they will do it for anything and anyone. So I think they are the one that also go around sliding to your DM and saying your ancestors sent them to you. They are the like of people that come and say your ancestor said this, my ancestor said this, and blah blah like that. No, that's wrong. All right, TMCC, you are back.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Oh, this is perfect now. Go ahead. Say it again.
So yes, I was trying to explain to you before that I've had some dealings with Babalawo who have done some things to me, some bad things. The last Babalawo, I received my one hand of Ifa from, and she told me that I am Omgo. Long story short, asking me for money, saying he wanted to do this work. Ifa says this, or I had a dream that you're Omo Oshun, Omo Bala, this, the other. He never taught me anything, anything outside of Aboru Aboye. He didn't really teach me anything. I felt bad entire time that I was with him. At some point, felt like I was going crazy. You know, hearing sounds, hearing thoughts, all kinds of things. And one, I finally, just snapped out of, I feel like I snapped out of a trance. And immediately everything came together, what was going on. And I immediately stopped talking to him. But the whole time that I was dealing, feeling these sharp pains in my, and pressure, like feeling like somebody's pushing down on my head. I feel it every now and then, and then it's not as bad as it was when I was talking to him. So I just want to know what that is, and also, I have that are not flowing properly. Like there's and I
All right.
and I know he did something. I feel that he did something to um, block my usher.
All right. Thank you. Um, on your question, I have. Let me check. I think there's another mail I got picked out here, and this mail is talking about. Don't worry, you can get off the app now, and I'll answer your question. I will answer your question. Um, this mail is talking about greetings, Baba. But before I answer your question, let me put this person online. Hello.
Hello, good evening,
All
Baba.
right. Hi, Frank. Hold on, please. Hold on. I'll
Okay.
get to you. Let me quickly answer this person. This person is saying, greetings, Baba. I am an African American woman living in Indianapolis. Is that how to pronounce it? In Indianapolis. I have been to Nigeria 4 times already in quest for knowledge before I found your page. My Babalawo insisted that I be tied to his Ifa, even though I was not all right with the idea, but it went ahead. He then said it's my responsibility to fend for his needs, and for me to be energized, I need to have regular intercourse with him. He threatened to hurt me if I don't oblige. I have been sending money to him regularly, but could not bring myself to have sex with him. How can I disconnect from him without him hurting me? Did you get the message? An African American lady living in Indianapolis, been to Nigeria 4 times, discover her page, this community. The Babalawo insisted she be tied to his own Ifa, and then, against her consent, went ahead. Um, Babalawo decided to start billing her. TMCC, from your question that you said, definitely you mentioned something like you've been having the headache or something before you met this man, but it's not as bad as that. When you guys, I don't know if you have gone apart right now. Um, Life is not so hard, and you should not make yours hard like that. Can I say something to everyone listening right now? Even if it is me, the day you don't feel like working with me, you don't owe me any explanation. Don't even bother to say goodbye or bye bye. That is dependent if the person that you are dealing with is as, free as we are free here. Unfortunately, for many people, they have entered into some kind of agreement. Unknowingly, they have entered into some kind of covenant with these bad people. And so it makes it so difficult for them to detach themselves because I'm not going to you. People understand nature, and with few words, 1 or 2 words like that, they can mess life up. The only thing is for you not to have played into their net. When you are going to meet someone with knowledge, you must also go with wisdom. Do not allow anybody to brag you, or ayage you, or threaten you, or coerce you into doing what you do not feel like doing. That's why we said the superpower you possess. One of them is the ability to know when you are entering a danger zone. If you are entering a danger zone, you will know within you that this is not right. And the thing is that I can't be everyone's babalawo. Some will feel all right with me, some will not. To some, I'm just a teacher. To some, I'm just trying to expose evil out there. To some, I'm a babalawo. To some, I'm a humanitarian person. To some, I can't be everything to everyone. A person I'm meant to be an advisor to, the day he or she try to switch me to be a spiritual guide, we may have problem. What is your mind telling you? Are you connected to this person? When this person speaks, does he resonate with you? Not only divination part. When you see this person, torí orí tí ó bá gbé ni ó gbà láwo rẹ̀ kò ní. When your energy want to help you, it will magnetize you or connect you to someone who is sincere. So you have the gifting within you. You are able to know something is wrong. We should be thankful that you are able to move away. If it's the one behind your ache and problem, I cannot say. It may be that maybe when you met him, you complained to him about the pain and all. And maybe the placebo he gave you during that time is making the pain be subside. You may think that what he's doing for you is working, but the pain is not going away. It's like going to church program and they say they are doing miracle of healing. And because everyone is energized in their emotion, even you two are filled with adrenaline, and then you jump up from your feet and then you think you are healed. When you get back home, you go back down. It is now too late for you to go back to church and say, sir, it was an emotional thing. It may be because you were with him then, it maybe had a placebo effect on you. It may not be because he is one causing your pain. The fact that you have ailment, medical condition that started giving you pain, and because you are having placebo effect, does not take away the underlying effect or the underlying cause of that pain. So when the placebo left, what happened to you was that the symptoms aggravate and the problem show up. You get the point? I'm not going to spiritualize everything. But how shall we know if this man is behind your problem or not? We have to make divination about it. Unfortunately, I'm not taking divination for now. I have a very huge like this backlog, and I don't want to compound the situation. But that you move away from him and are scared if something will happen to you, don't you ever be scared. Don't you ever nurse any fear that someone have power to kill you because you simply disagree with them. For even those who are going to enact the universe against you, we have to come to equity. The universe is not as dumb as they are. How many times do you think they are trying to call me and kill me and all that? If it is clean, no one could have any power over you. So don't nurse the fear. And don't let your experience with this one mess you up with others. You will always find someone who will be genuinely interested in you. But I tell you, African people, stop looking for Godfather. Stop looking for Father in the Lord. Start looking for someone who will teach you about you. Someone whose primary goal is independence. Someone who can look at you in the face and say, you are God, you can do this. You don't need me to get it done. This is the procedure. Live your life. Not those one who make you, who condemn like a hurricane. Are you getting the point? But there's a lot of them out there. Thank you very much for your contribution. I'll be going back to the other person. I think I've answered this other mail also. You are under no obligation to have sex with your babalawo. Apologies, Frank. Hold on. You are under no obligation to have sex with your babalawo. It does not possess any supernatural sperm to put in you. It just wants to satisfy his curiosity. You are under no obligation to have sex. There is no Ifa that will be divine. There is nothing that will tell a person to have sex with you as a means of. If you guys are going to have relationship, have your relationship. It does not matter if this person is your babalawo or something. If you like them, so many people have gotten married to their spiritual guide. You will meet someone somehow. You will meet someone somehow. There is every high possibility that the person I will settle with, I will meet them during the course of my profession, because this is where I meet people. I can't go into the forest and be asking a roko tree to give me wife. It's one of you I will marry now. And it will start from somewhere. Maybe you come for divination and we like each other, or I meet you and then you discover that I can do divination later. Somehow people will marry people. But you must not be coerced or be hypnotized or be cajoled that if I said you must marry me. It's likeness that make people love people. For Babalawo to say he's interested in you, he must have viewed you. Maybe he like breast, you carry breast. He like yansh, you carry yansh. He likes fair people, you are fair. He like, there must be, it's everything, every union starts with a physical attraction. Let nobody deceive you and say it was a revelation from above. There is no revelation. They don't marry above. There is no marriage in the above. Now here we they marry. Now here we go finish. There is no problem if your babalawo said he likes you. There is no problem if you like your babalawo also. There is no problem if your Yanifa said he likes you. There is no problem if you like your Yenefa to shoot the shot. But no one should cajole you or compel you to have sex with them. Or that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want to do with each other. You guys are adults. And you must also put this particular point in your bucket. Try not to go to a babalawo that does not have a source of income, that does not have a work. A babalawo that doesn't know what it takes to earn money will not know the value of the money you are giving him. So when you give him one today, he will ask for two tomorrow. Naturally, when people stop me on the road and say, what do you do for a living? I do farming. I run Knowledge and Literacy Bay. And I do charity work under two organizations, Crystal Love Support Foundation, Al-Kebulan Humanitarian Foundation. There are a lot of things I do for a living. I don't say babalawo is my profession. A calling is not a profession. What you do for a living is different from what you do for the living. What I do for a living to eat is I go to farm. And I also do consultancy for people. And I also offer counseling session for people. And I also try to get money to help others. What I do for the living, those are simple English. What I do for the living is this. I teach, emancipate, help, shed light, and help you take a journey to yourself. So if your babalawo does not have a job, then naturally you know that it will fleece you. Your relationship with him will be a parasitic one. Watch out for those things. Let our babalawo go back to work. They will know that being a babalawo is not a profession. Let your pastors go to work. Let your imams go to work. They would know that religion is not a profession. Religion is never a profession. So it is when you go to greedy people who have no source of income, who do not know what it takes to earn money, that they fleece you, and then when you can't give to them, they enjoy you. try to contact me. I will make exception for you. Let's see what we can do to help. If someone can do it, somebody can undo it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Baba. Good evening. I'm sorry for your loss. I have two questions to ask. I am Igbo by tribe, and I've been a Christian for the past. I can't remember, but I think 2 years ago I started having a different kind of calling, something that is different, like something like, so I could see images of something telling me to pray with candles, light candles, different candles, put salt, a lot. I didn't learn it on YouTube. I didn't learn it anywhere. I didn't watch it anywhere, and I kept ignoring it. I was like, "Ah, blood of Jesus, this is witchcraft. That I can't do it," and all this stuff. So after I almost lost my life this year, January, February, I did the candle walk and prayers and everything that my mind has been telling me to, and a lot started happening. So I could help people spiritually, help people with some spiritual things and everything. But later on, I started research. I think I didn't even know I came across Ifa, because I just bumped into it, and there was this kind of piece. I've been researching on it for the past 4 or 5 months. I've been on it on YouTube and Twitter, been following some babalawos on Twitter and all those stuff. I've been researching and yearning for it. But as an Igbo man, we have our own tribe, which is our own type of worship, which is called Omenala and all those kind of stuff. And I'm like, can an Igbo person practice it? That's the first question. Um, Second question. I was thinking about, okay, I've been hearing about you can't practice if you're not initiated. A lot of these YouTube channels and all these things that go on YouTube and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, how do one practice if without getting initiated? That's what I want to ask. I think that's my two questions.
Thank you very much, Frank. I'll answer your question. I'll start from the last person. Let me put the other person online now. Thank you. Light 15, how are you? Light 15, are you with us here? You can unmute your microphone. Your microphone is mute. Light 15, if you are with us.
Baba.
I just want to tell you that I recognize your presence. Just hold on for me. Let me answer this person's question.
Okay.
So Frank is asking if an Igbo person can practice other kind of spirituality or Ifa. Yes, you can. Now, African spirituality is broad, very broad. And if you say what you are hearing, you have been inspired to do them. And when you attempted them, they brought relief to you. No one is a monopoly of the universe inspiration. Are you getting me? There is no one who is the general overseer of the universe. Not one single person. Ọ̀nà kan ò wọjà ní mú babaláwo ṣiṣẹ́ míì. Tíṣà ó sì mọ ṣiṣẹ́ doctor. Adájọ́ mọ ṣiṣẹ́ lecturer. What you know, I may not know it. I don't know how to use candle for anything, but you know how to use candle for something. But you didn't know how to use candle for something while you were a Christian. So we won't say that it was because you were a Christian that you learned it. You were inspired. See, this is what we are talking about. The universe will guide you into all the things that is applicable to you. I've seen people use just water. There is no amount of ailment, no amount of your problem. Just bring water to them, and they will do the work. I've seen people use sand. I've seen people that you go to, and then they will just say, give me some minutes. And the solution comes. The problem is when you have this gifting as African people, you use it for propagation of Jesus instead of to develop your life. When you have this gifting, you use it to propagate Islam instead of using it to better your life. There is nothing that forbids you from having a name for yourself. This is what I've discovered. This is what I've discovered. Inspiration is not a one-way funnel to one set of people. Inspiration comes to us all. And no one have a monopoly of power over inspiration. If you have been inspired, as long as you don't manipulate things and you don't use it negatively, why not? Your aim and motive is what you must constantly check. Am I doing this through greed? What I'm doing, is it putting other people under subjection? Am I doing it out of my own ego? Or I'm doing it for the living? Because there is a lot more the universe is willing to release into your hands and equip you with so that you can benefit mankind. The problem is that you will start a church about it. You start a sect around it. You too might be tempted to start a temple just because they call you this and that. So don't be tempted. Even when your inspiration turns to solution, do not be tempted to get a title for yourself. Do not be tempted to be proud and be pompous as to using what you possess to intimidate others. A lot of people are inspired like that. The only thing is that they lack humility. Once humility is gone, you are heading towards destruction. But the inspiration will not still go because people need it. And it's easy to start a religion. Know your spiritual gifting and start a religion with it. But is that the purpose of gifting? No. You are only a channel. You are not the reservoir. The universe is the reservoir. You are just a channel. When you have become a channel does not give itself name. You don't carve a name for yourself and, it began to say, I'm apostle, gentle, Ginican spiritualist. But no. Ẹni àfọ̀rọ̀lọ̀ tó pé tòun bàjẹ́ kí ni kọ́rọ́rọ́ ò ṣe? If the universe gave you inspiration to do something and you begin to call yourself the Lord and Savior of the whole world, what should the universe say? And this universe is not human. It's not visible. You can see it. You can touch it. The universe is not what you meet after life. The universe is just a name that we can use to just describe the source of all mankind. Unfortunately, it is impossible for you to practice Ifa if you don't learn it. A divination tool need to be studied. Initiation, matriculation does not mean you have become a lecturer. That you are a student of a school does not make you the provost or director. We have so many people who graduated with first class and they cannot even defend their certificate. Yet we have so many dropouts who are doing monumental things. You must know the difference between education and initiation. There is a difference between education and initiation. How can you practice Ifa if you are not educated? Is it a must that you must be initiated when you are getting educated through Ifa? No. There is an educational aspect of Ifa, there is an initiation aspect of it. Those are two different things. And the moment you know the modus operandi on how it works, did you know you can get it working for you without initiation? Let's destroy the status quo. Let's disrupt the status quo. Let's pull down the old order and bring up the new one. Let's live as people who know their self-worth and self-value. Let's stop making some people dictate to us how we should live our life. You can do fantastic things with Ifa beyond those who are initiated into it, just because you are educated into it. The problem is that a lot of people don't get the education. They always look after the initiation. Initiation to them is a form of getting power. You are not powerful when you get initiation. There's nothing happening in initiation. You are just getting a membership card. It's just a membership card. It's just a membership card. There's a spiritual aspect of it. There is a physical aspect of it. There is an initiation aspect. There is an education aspect of it. Are you with me? So, as an Igbo person, I have a lot of Igbo friends who practice Ifa. And I'm very careful with my words. I call the things I teach African spirituality. I can teach you the spirituality of Igbo people. They are Africans, right? Except for the few people that say they are from the Jew descendant. I'm not going to laugh their claim. I'm not interested in politics. I have Hausa people. Do you know I have Indian friends who understand Ifa? They chose African spirituality, not other. They didn't choose the spirituality. If I'm in South Africa, I'm with my people. If I'm in Eastern Africa, I'm with my people. If I'm anywhere I am, mine is to go from one African nation to another African nation, looking at the similarity and bringing uniformity between us. Once we get that foundation laid, identity crisis is solved. We can start calling out on our political leaders and keep bringing them to account. Confidence is what we need in Africa. It's not resources. We don't need human resources. We don't need mineral resources. Confidence is what we need. My quest is to bring confidence back to you. Those who know their God cannot be governed unruly. Those who know their God cannot be cheated and they'll keep quiet. Those who know their God will not collect a bag of rice and few money to suffer for 4 years' time. Gods don't allow corruption. You will be accountable because the concept of Godship comes with action consequences. Action consequences. There is no concept of mercy or forgiveness. Action consequences. I didn't know does not exist. You did it, you face it. So if we bring that notion into politics, our politicians will sit right. But I will be the voice of the one who is going around resuscitating the identity. Other people can handle the political aspect of it. I'm sure I'm able to answer your question. Light 15, you can unmute your microphone now and talk to me.
About how we can ourselves when we wake up as a person spirituality. What can we so that we can walk in nature as programmed for us. Thank you, Baba.
You're welcome. Like 15, I think I got your question. You say, what can you do when you wake up in the morning to walk in your authority and decrease as people who have embraced this way of life? Like 15, I'm going to say that let us not approach this question from the angle of daily devotion, our daily manner, open heaven and the lies, so that we don't become religious. Let us approach it from the angle of if there is indeed authority in the atmosphere and we walk away from it, someone else will tap into it and may eventually use it against us. If there is this power existing in our universe, we need to know how to also harness it. First, to use them for ourselves, and then to help others maximize it. I've done a teaching on how to venerate your Ori. We are going to be talking about Ori on filling in next week, Thursday. And I'm going to be taking you on a little journey into a deeper understanding of what this means. Ori mi àpépé àjèjì níran, orí àpésìn, orí àpébọ. Orí tí ń ṣe ni tá a fi dádé owó, orí tí ń ṣe ni tá a fi tẹ̀pá ìlẹ̀kẹ̀. Orí akónijọ lọ́jọ́ ìṣòro bá dé. Orí inú kó má ba tòde jẹ́, kórì mi ó bá mi mẹ́ran gidi láwo, kórí ó kó mi yọ lọ́jọ́ ilé bá ń jó, kórí ó kó mi yọ lọ́jọ́ ọ̀nà bá ń jà, kórí ó kó mi yọ lọ́dọ̀ alákòóbá. Orí là ń bẹ̀. When we wake up in the morning, I am not going to give you a doctrine. I try to refrain from that. But what we do in African spirituality, holding our head, making decrees, is to be quantified or equate to charging your phone. Charging your phone. You recharge every day. And you have to maintain touch with your Ori. I've done a teaching on that. What you simply do is to maintain contact with your real self every morning. Do not give glory to Yahweh. Do not give glory to Allah. Do not give glory to Jesus. Do not give glory to any Orisha. Do not try to venerate Ogun, Oya, and the rest when you wake up in the morning. Every single morning, be the genesis of your life so that you can experience revelation in life. Touch base with your energy, with your Ori, with yourself, with your divine self. When you touch base respectfully with your divine self every morning, at that moment you get yourself in a certain atmosphere. And within you, you reach out to the sun. You reach out to the sun within you. And then the moment you reach the stage of the sun, know vividly that you are in the platform of authority. However you want your day to go, you can condition it. Orí ó mọ fún ẹnu láṣẹ láti lè sọ ohun tí orí bá fẹ́. And it's your moment of inspiration. You'll be inspired on what to say, for you know what you need. You can write your story every single morning by what you speak to your energy. You can dictate how your day will go by what you speak to your energy. If we want to kill you in your dreams, it's your Ori we call. If we want to call you for good news, it is this head we call. If this is a receptor or a receiver of both good and evil, please, every single morning you wake up, tell it what you want to receive per day. Do not allow someone else to dictate for this. This is your sanctuary. This is your temple. This is your sacred place. This is the most important aspect of your life. This is what makes you God. This is what we know and refer to as Orisha. Try not to bow it to those who don't worth it. So when you know how sacred this is, you will not bow it before trees. You will not bow it before stones. You only bow it to yourself by recognizing the amount of evil and good that you can do. This is the most important place in your physical body, for it is the representation of your whole being. You will not breathe your last through your anus or your hand. You will breathe your last through here. There are sets of words you can use, but I'm not going to create religion and say this is what you must. You can be inspired by the universe to know what to say. Whenever you are willing, the inspiration will come. Husband can decree on their wives. Children can be decreed for by their parents. Wife can decree for the husband. Do not allow strangers to touch it or be in a place of decree for you. Except we come together for congregation of decree. Aonishorigbe. Fresh Coleman is asking, I think that's all. Light 15. That's all. That's all right. I've done several teachings on that, and I've also taught it on African Spirituality Master Course. African Spirituality Master Course. A lot of people do not appreciate what I teach in the in my master classes, but for those who are willing to pay the extra token for it, you will know how to run your family on your own, so you won't be running from one person to the other. We'll resume new session next year. We are closed session for this year. Presh Coleman is saying, could you please differentiate between Ifa and Isheshe? What is Isheshe? Isheshe is the same word for default setting. Oh, they call it factory setting sometimes. Isheshe is also the same word for start, beginning, source, or original. Original. In this place, bàbá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, ìyá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni. The meaning of that is that your mother is your beginning. Your father is your beginning. Isheshe is origin. Even Ifa, a certain verse of Ifa said, your mother is your origin. Your father is that origin. Ìyá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni, bàbá ẹni nìṣẹ̀ṣe ẹni. Isheshe has been turned into a religion. It is the thing that you learn from your origin that is a proceed or attribute of Isheshe. Every family is a cult. For they fight and struggle to protect a legacy, and they try to transfer this legacy from one generation to the other. In our family, I'm saying example, in our family, we don't marry before the age of so. It's a shame no. In our family, we don't go into so and so profession. It's a she. She enough in Yoruba word means to do. To do. She. What you do as a result of what you have learned from your origin. Every family have their own isheshe. Depending on who birthed them. If some people who believe that Ifa is an idol, they exist. Some call it oracle. But if it is an oracle, then it is a tool of divination. Ifa is a tool of divination for African people. Nobody worship their mobile phone. Do you worship your laptop? Do you worship your car? You don't. Your mobile phone, your car, they are tools to make life easy, to navigate, to move from one place to the other. Mobile phone and laptop are not your origin. Those are tools to make life better. Ifa is a tool to make life better. Ifa is not your origin. It is a tool of divination, a tool of navigation. There is absolutely nothing different between what Ifa does and what compass does. It is a tool. When you miss your road, Ifa helps you find it. When you are mislocated, Ifa relocates you. A tool of divination. It is an instrument to live. It is not your origin. It is not your source. The universe is everyone's source. Nature is our source. As a representation, we have our parents as a physical universe, as a physical nature. Amongst our parents, we have our mothers as the exact one who have the attribute of universe. Ibi tó ti ṣẹ̀ wá, ìṣẹ̀ ṣe. Ibi tó ti ṣẹ̀ wá, ṣẹ̀ means where you broke out from, where you flow from, where you originated from, the attribute of where you originated from. How do you people behave where you came from? So when we say African spirituality can be said to be Isheshe, we are saying Africans should behave like African indeed. They should come home to themselves. I'm in Benin Republic right now. Every elderly person I've met, I prostrate to greet them. They don't prostrate in Benin Republic. Isheshe me. It is impossible for them not to know I'm a Yoruba man from Nigeria because of the way I prostrate to greet. Either you are old or you are young. But it has become a part and parcel of me that even if I see a Caucasian, it is just something natural. I don't bow, I'm not bowing to you out of that is our normal way of life. when Ifa is a spirituality, a true Lord divination. On the global scale, Ifa means indigenous faith of African people. Indigenous faith of African people. Baba pe ile Latin keshorode that charity begins at home. We talk about Isheshe. Courtesy begins at home. Respect begins at home. Kì í ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe wá ń bí. It is not. It is not our Isheshe. It is not in our origin. Here, for our women to be wearing pants up and down and say they want to tan. We don't tan in Africa. We have been tanned already. May we not be tarnished. We do not tan in Africa. So there is no cause for you to go to the beach, water side, and open your body. There is enough sun in you, and there is no sun outside of you. An example. Those who tan should tan. It is strange to Africans to tan. Africans don't need tanning. We have been tanned. We were tanned from the womb. Àṣà ló fẹ́ kọ́, ó fẹ́ káṣà láṣà ni. For àwọn pátá jìgbìnì, or àwọn G-string, tongue, lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ beach, or àwọn parapuro. It is alien to us. It is not in our. The reason why it is alien to us, look at our climatic condition. What excuse do we have to tan? For you to know it is never in our original source. What excuse do African people have to go and tan? What are you tanning? Mrs. Tanimola. Halloween is not in the Sheshi of African people. It's Halloween. We don't do Halloween in Africa. We don't do Halloween. We do Egungun. What we do in Africa is masquerade, mask festival, the return of the ancestors. We don't do Halloween. There is no reason for us to do Halloween. Our social setting does not. It does not. We don't. It is alien. Our source as African people does not permit us to have a long silky hair. We were not originating from that particular genetic formation. Thank you. We don't also celebrate Christmas. Jesus did not die for us. He didn't even know us. We don't know him. In Isheshe here in Africa, our new year does not start in January 1st because we don't run with Gregorian calendar. Africans in Africa, our hairs are spongy hair that defy gravity. We do not bow to what other people's hair bow to. Our hair defy gravity. The afro, the spongy, the life, the formation of the sun, the universe on our head. That is who we are. Genetically, we were not formed to bow to pressure. But can you see what you guys do today? You know how much you buy Peruvian wig and all those shameless people? The Peruvians will not buy African wig? Are they crazy about Ijebu wig like you are crazy about Brazilian wig, Italian wig, Morocco wig? You will not stop at that. You will bleach your melanin, mess life up. You will beat your melanin. So much. So much. Someone is asking if we have such a thing as demon in African spirituality. No, we don't have demons in African spirituality. We have demon in human understanding, human manifestation. But we don't have demons in African spirituality. Please join the Telegram shrine. I've thought about demon and all that extensively. I want to see Olumide is asking, Aboruboye boye poshishe. According to Yoruba spirituality, who created the first man and woman? We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. And I will not tell you what I don't know. It is possible some people believe that some people descended from the sky. Because women will always suffer. So far you succumb to religion, you will see hatred for women there. Do you know that these people told you story that 201 Irumale descended from the sky? 200 of them are men. Only one is a woman. That is Oshun. So what will happen? What will happen? What do you think happened? No, use your brain to think about it. If one woman versus 200 men, and all of those 200 men, they have descendants today, how did they come about? It's not me that will help you to tell that stupid story. I will not tell the story to my children. And I would really like it if you don't tell that story to my children. Let the story fizzle away with these generations of liars, generation of buffoons, generations of greed, generation of ignorance. We don't know. Maybe this is where we work with science and begin to query. When did the concept of having navel, idodo, when did it start? In genetic evolution. Let's start. I have one email here. I don't think I should treat that today. It's already 2 hours. I guess I'm going to treat it next month. Question and answer. Next month, question and answer. We'll continue from there. But do me a favor while you are still here. Just subscribe or press the like button. We've learned a lot today, right? And to be part of our hub, we call it ASH, African Spirituality Hub. ASH. Telegram, you can search for this on Telegram. African Spirituality Hub on Telegram. This is our website. You can register there and be part of our very many life-changing experiences and community development that we're doing. And for me, you can follow me on Telegram at Baba Yooba. Send your queries, your questions. And please do wait for me to answer you. Don't rush me, please. Don't rush. Facebook, Baba Yooba. Instagram, at Baba_Yooba. Clubhouse, at Baba Yooba. And you can view my website also. You surely know how to get things better. And then there are so many podcasts. Every of our teachings, we convert it to podcast for you to listen on the go. It is on the website. You can listen to that, babayoba.org. You have questions and all, you can send it to my email address, babayoba@gmail.com. And don't you forget, every Sunday, scrolling below, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, every Sunday, we normally have a Telegram shrine. And our YouTube shrine, our YouTube broadcast is 4 p.m., otherwise stated, except otherwise stated, every Thursday, 4 p.m. every Thursday. And we always open our food bank also to children in our community every last Saturday of the month, 12 p.m., every last Saturday of the month. We have done a lot today. We have covered so much. And it is also in your best interest to join this train of freedom. And we are going far. Where we are going cannot be compared to where we are coming from. To some, I will be too young to be their teacher. To a lot, I will be too old to be. To some, I may be too. I hear people complain about my English language, which I don't think I already know how to speak English language. To some, my dressing may upset them. To some, it may be my style. But if we all have the same destination, I think it doesn't matter who is driving us, as long as we get there safely. So I'm inviting you officially. Follow me and learn with me. You will not get lost. And it's enough that you have been taken for granted in the past. That should not be your portion again. If you are willing to embrace your darkness and be God, I'm willing to teach you all I know. Thank you very much for your contribution today and being part of this particular broadcast. Next question and answer, you'll be able to give your own contribution. My Oluwo is gone, and I'm happy he has so many replacements, of which I'm one of them. I'm so glad that he did what he had to do. It's not a surprise death. We've been on it for roughly 3 weeks, and he knew it was time. We had all arrangements done. It was made, all arrangement was made, and then it's not a painful exit. I believe it's a life well spent. I spent most part of the day thinking, when I'm ready to go, will I also have someone confident enough in themselves to replace me when I'm going? As he has someone like me to replace him at his exit. May his energy return again, and thank you very much for your well wishes. I really appreciate it. Ireo.